The great thing about having a home gym, you can do whatever workout you want at any given time in the day. But here's the thing, you shouldn't be having to break the bank to get a home gym set up. Here are the 5 pieces of equipment that not only don't cost much, but you'll get the most bang for your buck as well in terms of how much space they'll save and the variety of exercises that you can do on them. What's up everyone, David here, got a new video for y'all today. But before we get into it, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification so you miss on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. Now today, we're gonna be talking about all this right here. We're talking about the home gym setup. Now right away, I wanna say I am truly grateful for the gym that I have. I didn't have to pay for much of this. Through, pushing hard on social media, I made some connections, got some good partnerships, got a lot of collaborations through RitFit, the Tip Bar guy, and also just being smart about the type of equipment that I got. I was able to build this up to a pretty sustainable home gym that I would say can rival any commercial gym in terms of getting you results. It's a pretty sweet setup right here. But I'm going to be the first one to tell you, if you want to build a home gym and your goal is to build muscle, build strength, lose weight, whatever it may be, there's so much of this stuff that is not necessary. All of this is a luxury. I can still get a great workout if I were to limit everything down to just 5 pieces of equipment. And that's exactly what this video is going to be about. What are the 5 pieces that I use the most frequently? I'm talking about the 5 pieces every single workout they get used. They get me the results. I get the muscle gain. I get the strength gains. Everything that I want out of a workout can be limited down to just 5. And that's the big thing I want you all to understand when it comes to building a home gym. Only purchase things that you know you will use. When it comes to a home gym, everything should be customized, okay? Because let's be honest, if you're someone who's into yoga, Pilates, something along the lines of that, then there's realistically no reason for you to purchase 100-pound dumbbells. It's just unrealistic. Only purchase things that relate to your goals. But on top of that, you also got to take space into account, because yes, it would be nice to have plenty of floor space to buy all the different machines or all the different pieces of equipment that you want. But if you don't got space, you're just gonna be tripping all over yourself. You're gonna have nowhere to walk. Again, you gotta be smart about these type of things. And then the biggest, probably the number one obstacle when it comes to building a home gym, the financial barrier. I'm telling you, all of this stuff right here realistically did not cost me much. Granted, a lot of the big pieces of equipment were, so kindly given to me to do, some sponsorships, to do some review videos. So I'm truly grateful for that. But even prior to that, all the racks I had before I got this one, all the machines I had before, the leg press, all the weights, all the dumbbells, all these things, when I had to buy it myself, when I had to DIY everything, when I used to have homemade racks, homemade pieces of equipment, I was smart about all this. I did the research, where's the best way I can make this piece of equipment instead of buying it brand new. And if there were things that I did actually have to buy, I was smart about it. Getting it used rather than new, it still gets the job done. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, whatever it may be, when it comes to building a home gym, be smart financially, be smart about the space, be smart about the versatility of the pieces of equipment that you want. Because the last thing you need is a big old piece of equipment and you can only do one exercise on it. I'm not gonna be sacrificing all that space. So here's what my gym looked like before. This is when I first started, and then years later, it turned into this. But if I were to go down to 5 pieces of equipment, what would they be? Let's check it out. Number 1, bars and plates. Any goal you may have when it comes to fitness, building muscle, building strength, losing fat, you will 100% benefit from just general resistance. Something that resists gravity, something that you have to strain against to move from point A to point B. Weights. I mean, come on, that should just be a no-brainer. You need weights in a home gym. That's kind of the go-to. But I'm going to go ahead and limit it down to, if you were just have one piece of equipment, the bar itself, and the weight plates. Now, the common theme behind this video is going to be always to generalize before you specialize. If we're limited in budget, if we're limited in space, I want you to generalize the pieces of equipment, not specialize. Get a regular, straight barbell. I don't care if it's Olympic, I don't care if it's standard, the 2-inch hole, the 1-inch, whatever it may be, just a straight bar. Don't bother right now getting any type of specialized bars, any specialty bar, safety squat bar, hex bar, multi-grip bar, because let's be honest, on these type of bars right here, just a typical straight bar, you cover all your major movements. Any type of squatting variation can be done on these. Any type of deadlift variation can be done on it. Any type of pressing can be done on it. You can get an entire full body workout on just a simple straight barbell. But if we right off the gate focus on getting specialty bars, let's just say a safety squat bar, well, you're already limiting the amount of exercises that you can do. Because let's be honest, a safety squat bar, realistically the only thing you can do on it is squat. And if we're trying to add upper body workouts, there's really not much you can do. But on a straight bar, endless variety. Anything you can think of can be done on this. So again, generalize before you specialize. As far as weight plates, it really depends on your budget. Go with the regular cast iron plates, go with bumper plates, whatever it may be, just get however much weight you need. I would say do not buy them new. All you're doing is just wasting an excessive amount of money when it's not warranted. Whether it's rusty and beat up or it's shiny and brand new, 45 pounds will always be 45 pounds. All of these weights I've gotten super cheap. I'm talking about 50 cents to 75 cents per pound. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. You look it up, there's always going to be weights on sale. During the pandemic, they actually shot up incredibly throughout those 4 or 5 years. But now they're starting to go back down in price. Now it's reasonable again. But regardless, at the end of the day, I would really insist on you not purchasing brand new. Again, it's just an added expense. If we're on a budget, all that money that would have been wasted on brand new weight plates just because they're shiny and new, whatever amount you save buying them new, all that money can be then transferred over to buying other pieces of equipment. Afterwards, I would just say a simple bench. But again, generalize, don't specialize. Don't just get a special flat bench that has a nice thick pad, competition specs, whatever it may be. No, because you're limited to just that. Get something that can be generalized and used for just a wide variety of different exercises. So one of these adjustable benches, I would say would probably be the good go-to. Some benches, they already come flat. You can't do anything else other than that. Mine right here, look at it. 1, 2, 3, 4 levels of incline, and then on top of that, I can go down into a decline. There's just so much variety I can do on this bench. I mean, I'm talking about now I could do bench press on here because I already have the bar and I already got the plates. And then on top of that, now I can add more variety for chest specific movements. I can do anything on the incline. Hell, if I want to do more leg workouts, the bar and plates that I already have, I can put them on my back, use this bench for step ups. For this one specifically, it also has the leg attachment on here, so I could do things like leg extensions, leg curls. The amount of variety that you can add to your workout just with the bar and plates, and now introducing the bench. I mean, come on now. One thing we got to really take into account when it comes to a home gym is if we're going to be buying a piece of equipment, make sure it's something that you can do so many different exercises on. Because let's be honest, if this was just a flat bench right here, look how much space it takes up. Yes, you can do things on a flat bench, but the same amount of space is being taken up now. But all of this right here will add so many more exercises, but yet I'm not taking away any more floor space. So it doesn't even have to be a super expensive one. This one's from Marcy. Marcy is one of like the #1 home gym brands, and it stood the test of time. I'm a heavy bencher. It has not folded on me. I've done box squats on this thing, sitting down on it with 400 pounds on my back. No, hasn't budged. This thing has stood the test of time. It is a great bench. You can also get things through Cap. Again, there are more expensive brands. Yes, the quality may be better. Yes, the framing of the metal may be a little thicker. Yes, the pad may be a little bit more denser, the type of foam they use. But let's be completely honest here. At the end of the day, most of you, if you have a home gym, you're just doing it to be healthier. You're working out because you enjoy it. Unless you're a high-level athlete, specifically competing at a high level in any type of strength sport, then yes, at that point, I would look into some higher grade equipment from bigger brands like Rogue. But for right now, for the sake of just home gym, doing the workouts because we love it from the comfort of our own home, I see absolutely nothing wrong with going with the cheaper options like Marcy, Cap. Hell, look again. Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, there's always going to be benches on sale there. Again, just find something that is adjustable and also something on wheels, because it could be pretty annoying having to move this in and out, but at least if it has wheels, I could easily move. This thing weighs nothing. I could easily pick it up, no problem. If you ever got to get it out the way, all right, do so stress-free. Third piece, any type of squat rack. All the exercises I've listed, I've used the example of squats. But here's the thing, if you only have the bar, you're gonna have to bring it up and put it behind your neck yourself. Keep using the example of bench press, but realistically, you're gonna have to pick the bar up from the floor and then sit down on the bench, kind of kick it up to get down in position. It would be nice to have a squat rack to already have the bar loaded up to the right height that you need. But here's the thing, there are so many different types of racks, different ranges, and different features and attachments onto it. Realistically, at the end of the day, if you're limited on a budget, limited on space, there's only one type of rack that you need. Just something that has 2 uprights. That's really it, because essentially that's all a squat rack is. It's just meant to hold the bar at a certain height. You don't need this huge apparatus right here that has so many different posts, has a built-in Smith machine, has a built-in pull-up bar, built-in cables, storage in the back. Realistically, at the end of the day, if you're limited on space, you're limited on funds, all of that is not necessary. All you need is this right here, 2 uprights. And I used to have a rack like that as well. It takes up very minimal space. The good thing about those type of racks too, the good thing about almost any type of squat rack is they just so happen to have a pull-up bar built in up here. So if I need to, I could easily go up, do my pull-ups, no big deal. But if you're very limited, again, just go with the 2 posts. If you want to splurge a little bit more, okay, then you can go with a power rack, get the 4 posts. If you want to splurge even more so, then you can start looking at the fancy ones like this, like the one from RidFit that they so kindly sent me. Thank you, RidFit, once again. Go ahead and check out my review videos. And then it's got all the extra stuff right here. I mean, this one alone, for the amount of variety that's already in there, the amount of different exercises I can do, if I were to limit everything, it would just be this. Forget everything else that's in this home gym. I can get every single muscle group work, every single movement pattern out the way just based on this. Because I got the spot for my free weights right here. I got the Smith machine. I got 2 cables, 1 on each side. Pull-up bar, storage, you name it, everything can be done on here. But again, at the end of the day, it is not necessary. All you need is just the squat rack portion of it. You just need the uprights. You can load up the bar to whatever height it is that you need. You can do rack pulls off of it. You can do your squats. You could do your bench pressing. Whatever it may be, all the exercises that you are already doing, now you could do it a little bit more comfortably, because now you don't have to worry about getting the bar behind your head from the ground, getting in position yourself on the bench press. And they also have the spotter arms, so now you can go even heavier, push yourself even harder in your workouts, and not worry about failing because if for whatever reason you're not strong enough and you can't get the bar up, you can easily dump the weight onto these spotter arms. So again, do your research. Whatever type of squat rack it is that you want, go for it, purchase it. It won't take up much room. Third, we got our dumbbells. And now this one, we're gonna get even more specific because this one's gonna vary depending on person to person, your strength levels, what you're interested in, your type of training split, the training style that you like. Dumbbells are not a necessity. If you already got the bars and plates, then you do not need dumbbells. But if you have the money and you have the space, go for it. But again, specialize should never be thought of in the beginning. Always generalize. I know kettlebells are popular. I know dumbbells are. Fat bells, for those who don't know what fat bells are, go ahead and look them up. Those have been on the rise as well. The kettlebells, the fat bells, and any other variation of individual weight that you can hold in each hand, there's just so many options out there. But once you start going down that route, it's very specific. Because let's be honest, if you were to compare a dumbbell and a kettlebell, anything you can do on a dumbbell, you can do on a kettlebell. But things that you do on a kettlebell, you can't always do on a dumbbell. So always generalize first. Let's go with dumbbells in this case, before you specialize and you start looking into the specific fat bells, kettlebells, Y bells, all these other different handheld variations. Dumbbells, I got a lot. Obviously, I got 2 rows right here. I got some on the ground. I got my big ones back here. The way my dumbbells range is from 5 to 60 pounds. They go up by 5-pound increments. And then from right there, I got 75, 85s, 95s. I got a pair of 110s, and then I got a single 125. You do not by any means need all of those dumbbells. At one point, I had 7 or 8 people training here at a time, and a lot of them were pretty strong. So obviously I needed a bunch of dumbbells, but again, it is not necessary. I'm gonna be telling you to go only with 3 pairs of dumbbells. First pair, something light. And for these light exercises, I'm talking about things like curls, anything for like triceps, like skull crushers, things like laterals for your shoulders, front raises. Again, think of it like your arm workouts. Those are typically not as strong. Go with a light pair of dumbbells. Whatever that means for you, as long as you can push yourself. For me personally, 25s or 30s, that will be my light pair of dumbbell. Afterwards, go ahead and go with a heavy pair of dumbbells. So for your heavier movements, you're going to be thinking of things like dumbbell RDLs, dumbbell bench pressing, goblet squats, shrugs. Think about your big, heavy compound movements for those bigger muscle groups. For me, I would say I'd go with the 95s. And for all of these is light to the point where you can do roughly 8 to 12 good reps. So again, for me, lights would be probably 25 pounds. Heavy for a set of 10, I would say 95 pounds. You would be good on just those two, because again, you already have the bar in place to fill in the gaps in between the light and the heavy. But if you want to go ahead, splurge a little bit more, the third weight of dumbbell would be somewhere in between. And this in between is also going to vary on type of exercises that you do. So for me, in between will probably be with the 60s, maybe 75s down here, somewhere in between there. Things like incline press, shoulder press, chest supported rows, something where it's not overly heavy, it's not super light, just to add a little bit more variety to your workouts. Again, dumbbells, absolutely not necessary, but if you have the funds, you have the space, I will limit it to 2 or 3 pairs. And the final piece of home gym equipment that I use the most frequently is going to be all of this right here. Homemade platforms, boxes, elevated surfaces. We're just going to go ahead and group it all together. Now again, the video is all about the stuff that I use the most frequently because it has the most versatility. This one, many people might not think about it, but I feel like any home gym owner that's ever built their own stuff can attest to this. It's the little things that realistically we don't think about every day that are actually part of the workout that we use the most often. This box right here. Yes, I use it for my exercises like box squats. Yes, I can go ahead and do step ups on it, but in between sets, sometimes I just want to take a seat. The bench is all the way over there, but the box squat is here. I'm just going to go ahead and use it to sit down. Again, I use it every single day. I'm not going to be spending my whole workout, a whole hour just standing in between sets. I'm going to go ahead and have a seat. In a lot of my other videos, sometimes you see me if I'm demonstrating or have a key talking point, I'm sitting on this box. So yes, although it does have its application for the actual workout, for box squats, that's why I wrote it's 14 inches. So when I do my box squats, I do it off a 14-inch box. But just other uses that we never really think about. Sometimes I just use it to set down my water bottle. Again, not necessarily for the workout, but it does get used every day. Essentially, it's a table. These deadlift blocks, I built them years ago and they're still holding up. Okay, sometimes if I need a variety of height in boxes, okay, stack them up right here. Use them for box squats, use them for step ups, actually use them for deadlifts, you know, put the bar on top, whatever it may be. If I need to be doing push-ups, I can go ahead and put one hand on each one and sink a little bit lower, get a deeper stretch in that chest. When I'm doing my dumbbell bench press, sometimes I don't want to reach all the way down to the ground to grab the dumbbells and then put them on my knees before I kick them back. I put the dumbbells directly on top of here. They're 5 inches tall each, so that's 5 inches less range of motion than I have to waste just getting the dumbbells in position. All these things realistically can help in just making the main exercise that you're actually doing a lot easier in terms of setup. When I do my cable rows, sometimes I have a tendency, although my legs are fully extended, I can't get that full stretch in my back because the weight carriage actually hits the bottom portion. If I were to set this up, I can space myself further out. Now I can get that deep stretch in my lats before I pull again. So again, just modifying the setup. So there you have it. Big machines like a leg press hack squat, big machines like a back extension, leg curl, leg extension, lat pull down tower. Although I have all those things, we didn't really talk about it because when it comes to building up your home gym when you're first starting out, all of this stuff is unnecessary. Look how much space all this stuff takes up. As beneficial as it may be for your workouts, as much versatility you can do on each of these machines, if you're very limited in funds and you're very limited in space, then go with the 5 that I told you. Modify it based on what you need. The only pieces of equipment that you should be filling up your gym with are things that you know you will actually use in your workouts. All of this stuff also gets used in every single workout that I do. Every leg workout, I'm using this. Every leg and back workout, I'm using this. This one obviously on leg day. Lat pull down tower obviously on every back day. But when I first started the home gym, when it was bare bones, when I was in high school, didn't have any money, didn't really think I had the space, obviously I wasn't going to go through with getting in this. I just couldn't. But I stuck with those 5, and then so many years later, those same 5 pieces of equipment that I started off with in the beginning, I'm still using them to this day. So there you have it. The 5 that get used the most frequently, this is from my own personal experience. Comment down below, what are the things that you know you use? What are the little things that really can modify your home gym with the most bang for your buck? Space saving, budget friendly, whatever it may be, whatever recommendations or opinions you may have, go ahead and comment down below. Let's try to help each other out. Also, comment down below any other video suggestions you'd like to see me do, whether it be about mindset, motivation, nutrition, diets, workouts, programs, whatever it is, comment down below. I'd be more than happy to help y'all out. Be sure to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any new videos. Because remember, new videos on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. So don't miss out. And Instagram and TikTok, same thing. Be sure to follow me on both accounts. I put all my links down in the description below. With that being said, I'll catch y'all next time.